It's the one and only 5D Attraction, and I'm back. And this is a very, very important video right here because this touches on one of the most powerful quotes to explain the game and explain the gift and ability that masculine energy has. Um, to where if you understand this, you begin to break the matrix when it comes to your experiences with the feminine energy with women. And so, with that being said, let's read this quote. This is from Niccolo Machiavelli, but I found this quote when I was reading the 50th Law, which is one of my favorite books, to be honest. When I think about it, amazing book, very powerful book. If you're interested in power, it's a very great book. If you're interested in power dynamics and how that operates. So now, this is what he says, and this is applies to the game so much. And you'll notice every P in the game respects this principle. This is embedded in how the P's operate. And this is something that just applies to life, period. It says, in my view, it is better to be impetuous than cautious, because fortune is a woman, and if you wish to dominate her, you must beat her and batter her. It is clear that she will let herself be won by men who are impetuous rather than those who step cautiously. Now, I want to make one clear um, distinction, which is when it's beat her and batter her, that can be taken literally or it can be taken figuratively, meaning emotionally through different experiences, through her dealing with his lifestyle, dealing with his expectations. Those things can beat and batter her. But guess what? Let me read this again. And I'm now we're gonna read it a little slower. All right. In my view, this is what he said. Now, one thing I love about this quote is it goes back over 1,000 years ago, damn near. Because from what I understand, Machiavelli, um, he was around during the early. Let me look up when he was. I think it was like the 1300 when in the year 1300 or something like that. What year was he? Oh, 14. So he was in the 1400s to 1500s, right? So over 500 years ago. And guess what? He still noticed that woman responded to this frequency. And that lets you know that the masculine and feminine energy, as much as this is a new age and oh, this is new and blah, 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 the reality is the principles stay the same 1,000 years, 1,500 years, because men is men and women are women in this essence of that energy. It's embedded. So I don't want to hear, he's noticing this over 500 years ago. That shows you that the game don't change. There's nothing new under the sun. It's just new to you. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, he says, in my view, it is better to be impetuous than cautious. So what does impetuous mean? Right? Impetuous means, this is key. It means acting or done quickly and without thought or care. I'm going to say that again. Impetuous means acting quickly and without thought or care. So he's saying it is better, right, to act quickly without thought or care than to be cautious. Because fortune is a woman. And if you wish to dominate her, which means if you wish to dominate fortune, you have to treat fortune the way he is viewing woman, the way he's viewing that feminine force. Dominate her, you must beat her and batter her, which means you must be tough minded. You must be strong. You must make sure that they feel like they are in submission, right? It is clear that she will. Now he says that. Now the first thing when he says that, if you just look at the beginning and say, "My view is better to act quickly and not think than to be cautious," because fortune, which is good luck, is a woman, and if you wish to dominate her, you must beat her and batter her. Right? Like that sounds horrible. Like, oh, is this dude abusive? You know what I mean? Like I remember one time I posted this quote, and I had people hit me up like on my Instagram. They're like, hey, bro, I don't like what's going on. I'm like, look, man, y'all gotta learn. You see, what you gotta understand, bro. You gotta be sharp. Stop looking at everything so literally. You got to understand the deeper meaning of things, figuratively what it means. I was like, I'm like, come on, bro, y'all know me. I'm not out here hitting a woman. Like, are you crazy? First of all, that's not my style at all. And second of all, I got way too much game to do that. Like, if you hitting a woman, your game is not there. There's never no reason in my life I would ever feel like I gotta hit a woman for anything. I'll just leave. Like, what's going on? So, but that's that. So, but here's how he balances it out and explains the full picture. He says it is clear that she will let herself be won by this type of guy rather than by those who step cautiously. Not by guys that beat and batter her, but by guys that are impetuous. So impetuous is acting quickly or without thought or care. That's going with the flow. That's going with your first thought. And he says this, and what do we demonstrate in the video when I do the reaction videos, or what do we see in real life? The one that's able to be bold and act and move is the one that gets the success. And that's a principle. There's a reason why this was in the book, The 50th Law of Power. The 50th Law. Robert Greene wrote the 48 Laws of Power, and this was the book he put after to go really deep into the power element of it all. And so you could see how it worked for a specific person who was 50 Cent. And this right here is the gift that separates the boys from the men. All right. So I'm gonna leave it right there. The ones with the game, the ones with the eyes can see the gift of this message here. And so, with that being said, I appreciate you all listening. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to check out the Patreon because I explain this very, very deeply in the base attraction and dating course. Very, very powerful course that's changing people's lives. Like, I literally had someone watch that. It was a couple weeks ago, and they reached out to me and said, "Look, bro, look what I've been doing. Show me on this video, pulling, going crazy." And I'm like, "Wow, man!" And I asked him, "What was the best part that really like did it for you?" You know what I mean? And he said, for me, for him, it was understanding the different levels. And in there, I break down how the different levels of how men approach and how that effect works in terms of securing them. And then we keep moving up, understanding your level and what you want to attract. Like, these are the things we break down in there. And he said that's the part that really opened his mind. Everybody has their own glimpse of insight that breaks the matrix for them when they watch it, but I have it out on the Patreon, so make sure to check that out. Aside from that, man, make sure to like, subscribe. I appreciate y'all listening. I'm gonna have more game for y'all, as you already know, man. You got to keep the game alive. It's 2025. You got to take it to that next level. It's the one and only 5D attraction. Peace.